I don't hear many people talking about which key you should put your song in. I mean, sure, depending on the instrument, some keys are just easier to play than others. But I can't be the only one that finds a riff and finds it pretty cool, then I change it a couple of steps up or a couple of steps down, and then feel like it sounds much better in that key than it did on the previous key. But honestly, I'm pretty good at figuring out which key is the better for that riff or song. But since we're talking about my latest release song, Can't Even Try, which you can and should go check out anywhere you listen to your music at, that song was a little bit trickier. But not tricky as in I couldn't find a key where the riff would sound good in the first place. I transposed it around into a bunch of different keys. All of them sounded so cool that I was just really struggling to figure out which one I liked the most. Has this sort of thing happened to you too? Let me play the main riff in a couple of different keys and you tell me which one it sounds the best, then go listen to the song and see if we both thought about it the same. In case it wasn't obvious already, go check out my latest release song, Can't Even Try. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow, and stay tuned for more because I'm releasing new songs every week and I'm releasing new videos every day, twice a day. I was always one of those kids that would try and learn as many cartoon theme songs and movie themes as I could, because while some of those are just like these regular, mostly diatonic chord progressions and melodies, others can be way more progressive and funky. Although I didn't notice it at first, when I was working on this release song Can't Even Try, which you can and should go check out and listen to music at, I was working on this chord progression with these minor and jazz chords. While I was very happy with it and thought it sounded super cool, I then showed it to some of my friends, and in different occasions, two of them came back to me and were like, "Doesn't that sound a little bit like Inspector Gadget?" And at first I couldn't hear it, but now, while I don't think it's a ripoff, I feel like I can kinda hear what they're talking about. Let me know if you hear it too. In case it wasn't obvious already, go check out my latest release song, Can't Even Try, and leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow, and stay tuned for more because I'm releasing new songs every week and I'm releasing new videos every day, twice a day. If I'm being honest, most of my riffs and melodies do only show up when I'm either just playing around and something shows up, or I'm consciously thinking of new parts. But when it comes to the chorus melody of my latest release song, Can't Even Try, which you can and should go check out anywhere to listen to your music at, I remember that day a bunch of years ago because it was the first time that it ever happened to me. That out of nowhere, outside of the house, without any guitars or instruments near me, with no music playing around, a melody just popped into my head. I was actually with my family at a farmer's market, and I feel like I might have been having a conversation with my brother that I kinda skedoodled away from and went into a more quiet section and tried to sing that melody into my phone to record it so that when I got home I could work on it. Nowadays it happens more often depending on how often I get to flex my creative muscles, but at the time it was very weird. In case it wasn't obvious already, go check out my latest release song, Can't Even Try, and leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow, and stay tuned for more because I'm releasing new songs every week and I'm releasing new videos every day, twice a day. One thing that I feel isn't talked as much when it comes to songwriting is orchestration. In the most simplified way possible, the way you distribute certain notes between instruments. It all comes down to the density of what you're trying to do and end up having this rich sound by having each instrument in its own special register doing what it does best. But sometimes it's gonna be fun to do something different and achieve a little bit of a different result. Like in the case of my latest released song, Can't Even Try, which you can and should go check out anywhere you listen to your music at. During the second verse, I do a different interpretation of the same melody that I had in the first verse. Since the guitar is going to play the melody during the verse, and the guitar is kind of a mid-register instrument, it's not very trebly and it's not very low either, I thought to myself, why not carve out that middle space, which also helps you set up the expectation for the melody with the guitar to come back into the song. When the guitar enters, then the whole other instruments that do occupy that mid space too, suddenly the song goes from sounding a little bit hollow and empty to its regular thick and lush sound. I did it with the middle register for the guitar melody, but you can also do it either with the more trebly stuff or the lower stuff to achieve similar but different results. In case it wasn't obvious already, go check out my latest song, Can't Even Try, and don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow, and stay tuned for more because I'm releasing new songs every week, and I'm releasing new videos every day, twice a day. I've mentioned before that I'm not the biggest fan of dual guitar harmonies. There's nothing wrong with it, it's just not my thing most of the time, especially when you just do it like parallelly with parallel thirds or parallel fifths. I often like to experiment and try and do some different things. Like in the case of my latest released song, Can't Even Try, which you can and should go check out anywhere you listen to your music at. This is the main melody. The main melody doesn't have a constant flow. For some bits it goes up and then comes down, like most melodies do. And since I wanted to gain some momentum into the next part that's going to be even more epic and even more intense, I thought, why don't I harmonize it with a melody that just keeps going up and up and up to add up to that tension, that then gets resolved when we get to the next section. I quickly figured out this phrase that in theory would work, recorded it into the song session, and then was like, that actually sounds pretty cool. And I kind of feel like maybe this new harmonized melody should actually become the main melody for this little section because it just sounds so cool. It should really get the spotlight. So I brought the volume of that little phrase up and I ended up with something like this that I thought was just super cool. In case it wasn't obvious already, go check out my latest released song, Can't Even Try. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow, and stay tuned for more because I'm releasing new songs every week and I'm releasing new videos every day, twice a day. When you're listening to a song and the tempo suddenly starts going slower and slower, well, that's what we call a retardando. You can really take the energy of the song and suddenly turn it down a couple of notches, which then you can take advantage of in a couple of different ways. Like maybe you make your song slower and slower so that when you get to the last chorus maybe, and you go back to the regular speed, it suddenly feels even more bombastic. Or like in the case of my latest released song, Can't Even Try, which you can and should go check out anywhere you listen to your music at. Sure, you can just record it all in the same tempo and then digitally alter it, be programmed into a different speed, but I wanted to do something different So I just took that riff and put it into some MIDI notation, and within the tempo automation of the session of my song, I went in every couple of beats, also trying to not repeat the same number of beats and just decreasing the tempo slightly. Let's say the original tempo was 90 BPM, I would go for 90 BPM, then after a couple of beats I would maybe go to 88 and then maybe something random like 84. The ratio between 90 and 88 to 88 and 84 aren't really the same thing. Then from 84 to maybe 81 and then 81 to maybe 77, something like that, and then recorded those guitars to that altered click track and along to the MIDI sounds of it that goes through different little layers of tempos to have an idea of how it would sound. And not only do I feel like now it made it way more accessible for me and other musicians to play that retardando live, but it also gives it, in my opinion, a more human feel, because the tempo decreases aren't linear, they aren't perfectly mathematically aligned into some sort of equation that you put in the ratio of the tempo drop. Here's a little snippet of it, but it makes way more sense within the context of listening to the whole song. In case it wasn't obvious already, don't forget to check out my latest release song, Can't Even Try, and leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow, and stay tuned for more, because I'm releasing new songs every week and I'm releasing new videos every day, twice a day. Well, here we are to the end of another week where I released a song, and every single day I release videos twice a day about said song. If you haven't yet listened to my latest released song, Can't Even Try, you can and should go check it out anywhere you listen to your music. You can go into my YouTube channel, there's like a full playthrough / music video for the whole song, which you can also go check out. And I want to take the opportunity to thank each and every one of you guys. All the support has been amazing and it really makes a difference. So thank you so much once again, and please keep it up. And just because we're done with this one, it don't mean we're over. Starting tomorrow, I'm releasing a new song, and along with it, the consequential daily videos twice a day. You can check out my Linktree to go listen to any of the songs or go pre-save the next one. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow, and stay tuned for more.